The hilariously imperfect tale of Harold Whittaker. Embrace the chaos. Ever feel like you're walking on eggshells, terrified of messing up? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to dive headfirst into the wonderfully messy world of mistakes with Harold Whittaker, the man who never dared to err. Get ready for a roller coaster of self-discovery, laughter, and a whole lot of delightfully imperfect moments. Meet Harold Whittaker, a paragon of precision, a sultan of spotless living. He's never made a mistake, not a single one. His secret? A life meticulously crafted to avoid any and all potential pitfalls. It sounds impressive, right? Wrong. It's a comedic tragedy waiting to unfold. Harold's philosophy is simple. If you never try anything, you'll never mess anything up. It's a foolproof plan for a life devoid of excitement, spontaneity, and, well, actual living. Is it genius? Debatable? Is it a little bit sad? Absolutely. Picture this: young Harold meticulously measuring each bite of his peanut butter sandwich with a ruler. This wasn't just a phase, it was a lifestyle. He never climbed trees fearing a scraped knee. Sports were out of the question. Too much sweat and potential for, gasp, failure. Coloring outside the lines? Unthinkable. Harold once dedicated 3 weeks to researching the optimal method for pencil sharpening. 3 weeks. We're talking Olympic-level dedication to avoiding the slightest imperfection. As Harold grew, his commitment to flawlessness only intensified. He navigated sidewalks with the precision of a bomb disposal expert, avoiding every crack. He double-checked everything, from his bank balance to the alignment of his socks, his shoelaces, impeccably symmetrical, of course. Harold's life was a carefully curated masterpiece of perfection, a pristine, predictable, and utterly devoid of joy masterpiece. But then, fate, in its infinite comedic wisdom, decided to throw a wrench into his well-oiled machine. One fateful day, Harold's boss, impressed by his unwavering carefulness, decided to promote him. "Harold, you've been so careful. We need you to lead a new project. Congratulations, you're in charge." The words echoed in Harold's ears like a death knell. Harold, the man who had spent his entire life dodging risk, was now thrust into a world of decisions, deadlines, and the terrifying possibility of, gasp, making a mistake. The sheer panic on his face could power a small city. The montage of Harold's struggles is a comedic goldmine. Should the report be in Arial or Times New Roman? Should the stapler be perfectly centered? Should he breathe now or later? Each decision was a monumental task, a potential landmine of imperfection. He was trapped in a vortex of overthinking, a prisoner of his own perfectionism. The weight of responsibility threatened to crush him, and the pressure to maintain his flawless record was unbearable. Then, the unthinkable happened. Harold, in a moment of sheer, unadulterated terror, made a mistake. The dramatic music swells. The tension is palpable. Harold, trembling, points at a pie chart in a boardroom. "I think we should go with option B," he whispers, his voice barely audible. His coworker stares at him in stunned silence. Harold? That's not the right file. That's your grocery list." The dramatic zoom in on Harold's face is priceless. "Oh, no!" he gasps, his eyes wide with horror. In his mind, the world is ending. Sirens blare, fire alarms scream, and a rogue pigeon crashes through the window. Chaos reigns supreme. Okay, maybe it wasn't that bad, but in Harold's meticulously ordered mind, his entire life was ruined. One mistake, and he was doomed. He envisions his perfect world crumbling around him, his reputation tarnished forever. Harold, a man unaccustomed to imperfection, does the only thing he can think of. He runs. He flees down the street, his hair disheveled, muttering, "I made a mistake. I made a mistake. He's a man on the brink, a perfectionist pushed to the edge. He's running from his mistake, from his fear, from the very idea that he might not be perfect. It's a comical yet poignant moment of self-discovery. But something strange happened. The world didn't end. His boss didn't fire him. In fact, nobody even cared. The realization dawns on Harold that his mistake, while significant to him, was a blip on the radar of the universe. He begins to question his lifelong obsession with perfection. Was it worth sacrificing joy, spontaneity, and genuine human connection for the sake of avoiding a few minor errors? Harold finds himself at a coffee shop staring at the barista. Sir, do you want sugar? The question hangs in the air, a symbol of the choices he's been avoiding his entire life. I don't know. I always get plain coffee, but what if I try sugar? It's a monumental decision, a rebellion against his own rigid rules. Slow motion. Harold adds sugar, takes a sip. His eyes widen. I like it. The upbeat montage is a celebration of imperfection. Harold wears mismatched socks, dances badly, and tries sushi for the first time, choking slightly but surviving. He's embracing the messiness of life, the joy of trying new things, and the freedom of not being perfect. He's learning that mistakes aren't failures but opportunities for growth, learning, and laughter. He's discovering the beauty in imperfection, the richness in spontaneity, and the joy in simply being human. Harold returns to work, a changed man. He confidently presents a new idea. Let's take a risk. Let's try something bold. And if we mess up, we fix it and move on. The office cheers, inspired by his newfound courage and willingness to embrace the unknown. He's no longer the timid, risk-averse perfectionist. He's a leader who inspires, a colleague who collaborates, and a human being who embraces the messy, imperfect beauty of life. And so, the man who never made a mistake finally made something. He made a difference, he made connections, and he made a life worth living. His journey is a testament to the power of embracing imperfection, the importance of taking risks, and the joy of learning from our mistakes. He's teaching kids how to ride bikes, even as they fall over. He laughs, enjoying life. He's no longer afraid of failure, but embraces it as a necessary part of growth and learning. The moral of the story: perfection is boring, life is messy, and the only real mistake is never trying at all. So go out there, make mistakes, learn from them, and create something amazing. Don't be afraid to color outside the lines, to dance badly, or to try new things. Embrace the messiness of life, the joy of spontaneity, and the freedom of not being perfect. Like this video? Hit the like button. Made a mistake today? Tell us in the comments. Share your most hilarious or insightful mistake stories. Let's create a community of imperfect people embracing the beauty of imperfection. And remember, folks, if you're not making mistakes, you're not making anything. So go out there, embrace the chaos, and make something amazing. Subscribe for more stories of self-discovery, laughter, and the wonderfully imperfect journey of life.